Hey, this is Jay Scott from the Big Buck Registries Big Buck Podcast. You know, we do a lot of podcasting in addition to our Facebook page, but I wanted to kind of fill you in on a little bit about what podcasting is and how to listen to our Big Buck Podcast. We get a lot of great pictures sent in from people from all over the world with the bucks that they've harvested, but there's also this other component to the Big Buck Registry, and that's the podcast, and I often get asked, what the heck is a podcast? Well, a podcast is actually an internet streaming radio show that's broadcast out usually for free, but there are all kinds of directories that you can listen to podcasts on. The first thing you want to do, especially if you have an iPhone, is go to the App Store and download or do a search for podcast app and download the program that looks like that, the purple. You can also listen or download the app called TuneIn Radio. That's another very good one. Or Stitcher Radio for podcasts. So you're going to get all these if you type in podcast app into the search bar. You can also listen on the podcast box, which is put out by Libsyn, another very good one. Once it's downloaded, you're going to see a podcast icon that looks just like this. It's purple. And you click on that, and once you're in there, you can type in Big Buck, and you'll start bringing up our podcast called Big Buck Registries Big Buck Podcast. It's about deer hunting. And once you're in there, you can go and subscribe by clicking on the purple subscribe button. And that'll mean you'll get all the new shows that come out. You'll get a notification through the app, and you'll see this. And then once you're in, you can start scrolling down to the bottom, and you'll start seeing all the episodes that we've ever put out. That one right there was Skull Candy, or Kentucky Skull Candy, is actually a little video we put together. And then there was the episode 39, Hunting Nebraska with Monty Hermsmeyer, another good episode. So once you're in, you can start pressing play. And when you press play, you hear something like this. Big Buck Registries Big Buck Podcast, episode number 39. That's basically what you get. Each episode is a different length, generally. If you like the podcast, you can go up to the top right with that little arrow coming out of the box and push that, and that'll create an opportunity for you to email this podcast link to your friends or text it, and that's basically it. So that's what a podcast is. So hopefully you'll tune in. You can listen on other phone directories or other phones as well, like Android or any of the other phones usually have, or smartphones will have, an app that is available. So this is Jay Scott from the Big Buck Registry. Thanks for tuning in.